Welcome to the Voice of Gen Z Journalist Edition, your Spotify podcast, Dabarkada at Palitaktakan Generation. Stay tuned, hold your seat and make sure you are in the right position. Just chill and enjoy our episode for you because we believe your voice matters and can make a huge impact in our future. Padayon! The Voice of Gen Z is production of Bachelor of Arts in Journalism.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Gen Z Voice. I am Dominic Santos, and I am here with my partner, Stephanie Estrella. So before anything else, I want to ask first my partner, if at some point of your life, have you ever felt na you are not being yourself?
Hello, once again, I'm Stephanie, and to answer your question, yes, of course, most of the time. But aren't we all? And I think that's the value of checking ourselves day by day. And we should do that regularly. So what about you?
Well, in my case, I've always been cautious about my movement. So I think I am not being myself when I am limiting everything that I do. So that's why in this episode, we will be talking about how would we find our authentic self amidst this pandemic.
Yes.
And what are the things, What are the things that we encountered which made us realize that we are learning from those situational challenges as an individual during this pandemic? And some people may ask, why do we need to do this? Is this capable of helping our Gen Z? Well, I'm here with Stephanie and some of other guest speakers that you will know later. And to answer your questions, let's ask Stephanie for her point of view.
Yes. So, like Dominic says, we're going to talk about finding our authentic self. Since we came from different places and we have different challenges that we're dealing to our surroundings and even to ourselves, there has been a lot of adjustments that is needed. Just like how we were forced to turn our backs to the things that we were used to. Therefore, we will be tackling about some of the things that we faced and how we cope up from it, how it contributes to ourselves, and most especially to our growth. So, to make things more interesting, I'm here with three of our friends to give you different points of views and to share some of their experiences in life. So, let's allow them to introduce themselves. Hi guys! Hello!
Hello.
Hi, good morning. My name is Emerson Cantuba, and I'm happy that I'm here in our show.
Yeah.
So, hello everyone. I'm Jexcel from Malabon. Thank you for inviting us and good morning again.
So, hi guys, my name is Lester Bautista, 20 from Malabon. And once again, thank you for inviting us with our show.
There you go. And before anything else, I just want to say thank you for making yourself available to our podcast. And I just want to know, how's your life doing during this pandemic? And are you all doing fine?
I'm fine, and I'm grateful that I'm still healthy and I'm still breathing.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yes. So, I'm doing fine and doing the best I can to live my life. How about you, Lester?
Well, actually, sometimes I am not okay and sometimes I'm okay, which I think it's natural for us as a human being.
Yes.
Yeah.
We tend to feel a lot of emotions and it's normal and it's okay because we are just human and it's part of our lives.
And I am happy to hear that everyone is okay. Because in this situation, we are in the middle of pandemic, it is important to check on the people that is very important to you. And I think pandemic really restrict us a lot now. And it limits our interaction with the people.
Yes.
So I am happy to hear na everyone here is okay and doing good in their life. So of course, aside from being okay, I'm sure that in this pandemic, there has been a lot of challenges to us. And I'm sure all of us have experienced a lot of situations during the pandemic. So for everyone, what are the challenges that really made a huge impact to you as a person brought by this pandemic? Kasi for me, it was the death of my mom. It happened in the middle of pandemic at the start of year 2021. I think that sudden loss really pushed me to be wise in life. Parang it pushed me to be matured in my decision. It really made a huge impact. Kasi when my mom are still alive, she always do everything. Kumbaga, she don't want us to work in our house, yung household chores.
Yes.
Parang she always do everything of that. Parang ayaw niya kaming naglilinis.
Like that.
Yeah, like that. And it also pushed me to be more critical. The way I perceive life, it is really change. Kumbaga, yung way of thinking and way of living,
Yes.
I am on a more matured lifestyle right now. So, how about you, Jexcel?
So, I think the challenges I faced on my daily life is that I overthink a lot of things. Like, I always thought that I do not make any effort to the things I need to do. And I always overthink my future, which is I know that will happen very soon pa. So now I always do my very best on everything I do. And I live with no regret. So, yeah.
That's amazing, and I totally agree with you. About you, Emerson?
For me, the challenges I experienced during the pandemic was having depression and anxiety. That I also pressure in life because that's when I realized that seems like I'm doing nothing. As a human, the impact of this pandemic to me is that I overthink too much about how my life went, and I always think about the problems I'm going to face on my daily life.
So, how about you, Lester?
Well, this pandemic really affects the overall aspect of me as a human, specifically my mental health. From being an extrovert person, I really need to adjust with the lockdowns and restrictions that the government implemented.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's really hard for me because I cannot function very well. Do you believe that a jolly person like me will commit suicide? Yes, it's true. I find my peace in the darkness, which of course I think it's okay, but it is not. Lately, I learned to validate myself
Yes.
and my feelings. With my anxiety, I learned to be happy alone, or truly genuine happy.
Yeah.
It's nice that you finally found your you're genuinely happy. And so since we are talking about these things that really made a huge impact to us, of course, this part of our life really affects our mental capacity. And I am just curious, of course, at this point of our lives, we are just starting to realize things. Like, what are the things that you do to cope up when you're in the situation, when you're in the situation such as like possible depression or the feeling of like isolation and having anxiety attacks.
I agree with your question, Stephanie. I mean, when we are in that situation, when we feel so isolated and our anxiety is getting worse, because I personally experienced it. And it's like we can control our mind properly and we create a lot of negative scenarios that really attracts negative energy around us. And for me, it is not healthy. For us, of course, we are still in the pandemic. Our resources of interaction with people are still limited. So, how do you cope up with that kind of situations, guys?
So, it is normal to have feelings such as stress, anxiety, fear in times like this. The coronavirus crisis is unlike anything we've experienced before. No matter how hard we try, none of us can actually stop different thoughts and feelings from showing up. What we can do is to learn ways of coping with them and responding differently to them. The most important thing is to allow ourselves to feel what we're feeling, and it's okay not to feel okay. Our thoughts and feelings might keep on changing very rapidly, and that's totally normal. Remember that we can switch off our thoughts and feelings, but with practice, we can learn to be kind to ourselves and to make room for them.
Yes, that is very interesting. But on my side, this may sound weird for others kasi I really talk to myself and
Yeah.
I really want to suggest it to everyone kasi it has a psychological explanation. And it's like when you're talking to yourself, you can have a positive impact.
Yeah, that's true.
It really impacts your creativity. It's like you're hearing your own voice inside your head and you are coming up with a solution in every problem that you have. And aside from that, I always tell to myself that I am strong
Yeah.
You are.
and I can overcome everything that comes in my way. Kumbaga, I am the only one who truly knows myself.
Yeah.
And the reason why I am like that, kasi I've heard one of the podcast of Joy Spring, which is Finding Your Authentic Self, and they told them na it is for you to be courageous to find your true self. How about you, Emerson?
For me, I cope with depression by having healthy lifestyle, habits, and exercising. I spend time studying and focusing on things that are worth a while, and this is what I make my dream come true. What's yours, Lester?
Lester.
Well, the lesson that I've learned with my own hardship is very simple. Learn to validate and love yourself. And by that, you will truly find the peace of mind that you want. And most
Yes.
importantly, you will find the genuine happiness that we all ever wanted. Of course, it is okay to not be okay, but we must think that at this time, we really needed to be okay. And to be honest, we really deserve to be okay.
Yes, that's totally true.
Yeah, it's true. So, grabe, we really have a lot of struggles that we overcome. And of course, as we overcome those hardship and struggles that come in our life, there will also be a lesson that follows. So, for everyone, since we talk about those challenges and everything, how do you think if it affects your growth in any aspect of your life to find the authenticity of yourself?
So whenever I feel stressed or sad, I take time to do the things I enjoy. Even if I can't go out, I can watch movies or series at home, chit-chat with my sister, and my mom bought me a portable sewing machine for me to be able to learn something new and to experience new things. Also, I stay in touch with people I love and I trust. My friends and I have schedules where we can have quality time together, and that makes me feel relieved and help me release my stress out.
Well, for me, as a teenager seeking for experiences, it is really affects the overall aspect of my life. Imagine, almost 2 years we are in this pandemic. We are just in social media world where toxicity is widespread, and it is very hard
Yes.
for me to find my authenticity because I cannot express what I wanted to express.
Yes.
Because we all know that in social media, there are a lot of eyes aiming to you and judging
Yes,
you.
that's true.
Yeah, it's true. And for me, as I've said, it really builds my courage to never surrender in the challenges of life because nobody's perfect. And maybe
Yes.
when we don't overcome those challenges, it might be your problem for the rest of your life. So, yeah, Stephanie.
So to wrap up this podcast, the only way for us to find our growth in times like this is to learn the lesson in every situation that comes to us. Since we never know that maybe the problem that we have right now might also be the same problem in the near future if we did not learn from it, and if we still doesn't know how to handle it. So is that okay to you guys if I ask you for do you have any words for our listeners? Anything on your mind?
Yes.
So,
Me first, Lester first.
Okay.
Peace is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to cope up with it.
Wow,
Wow,
that's amazing.
that's really nice words.
So mine, I'm Jexcel. So the thing I've learned during this pandemic is to be good to other people because we all have different battles every day, and never ever invalidate your feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you,
for
Emerson?
me, my sayings about life is not about finding yourself. Life is all about creating yourself.
Wow, that's very interesting words, guys. So again, thank you for being with us and tuning in with us in this podcast. And guys, to all listeners, we are inviting you to watch the past and the upcoming episodes of the Gen Z Voice, since we are a growing family and we are a growing podcast. Again, I am Ferdy Dominic Santos, and I am with Stephanie Estrella and Jexcel Obligar,
Thank you, guys.
Emerson Cantuba, and Lester Bautista.
Thank you, everyone.
And we hope to see every one of you in our next podcast. Bye!
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much for spending time with us. Hopefully, this isn't the last time we will hang out every morning at 10 a.m. Always remember, your voice matters. Hashtag the new generation, a BHA production. So stay tuned, keep safe, and peace out.